In this episode, we're camping with a baby at East Fork State Park in Ohio. Come join us to see how we do. Yeah, there she is. There's our youngest. Alright, this is Evie's very first camping trip.
It is.
Here we go.
Her first time even going in the camper.
That's right.
Thank goodness.
Here she goes. Now we'll say our camper was in the shop for about a month getting fixed. So we had Evie 2 months ago, and then now this is our we literally got the camper back yesterday, so this is our very first time in the camper. Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a good kid, isn't he? Oh, Leah's carrying in the groceries.
This is like 20 pounds.
So the original plan was for me to get here a little bit earlier than this and get everything set up before they got here, but we were in the middle of setting everything up when Brooke showed up because just life and just trying to throw everything together. We literally got the rig back yesterday, so we decided to do this real quick. And Brooke went ahead and did a Kroger run really quick, so we have lots of fresh produce, so I think we're good to go. So originally I was going to make sure that the whole camper was cleaned and ready to go before Brooke and the baby got here, but you know, we only got here maybe 30 minutes before, so I wasn't even finished hooking everything up yet. So I'm just going to tidy up a little bit while my wife's feeding the baby, and then it's just going to be me, Leo, and Evie until she comes back. She's going to hang out with her friends for a couple hours. Yeah, let's use the bottle water to make it really good.
I figure I'll go ahead and get that set up and then I'll probably head out. Are they still in? Huh? I don't know. I can't tell because of...
It's bad. First time in the camper. What do you think? Just looking around all over the place. Wow, pretty cool, isn't it?
That's you.
Alright, so today we're making chili dogs. I was going to make it outside, but it's like 90 degrees outside and our baby's here, so we're going to do it inside while my wife is out with her friends. Using Skyline recipe chili since we're in Cincinnati or close to it. I don't know if Evie's happy about that.
One might be filled.
Chili dogs are quite easy to make. You literally heat up a can of chili, heat up some hot dogs, put them on a bun, spread some cheese, anything else you want, done.
We used to have this.
Yeah. This is an excellent campfire meal. I was going to do it over fire, but we're going to do it in here because it's easy, quick. Now the nice thing about having a camper versus a tent is that no matter what the weather, we can control the temperature in here and we can cook with all our appliances. Alright, I've made a couple of bottles for my daughter just in case my wife doesn't make it back in time for a feed. For those of you who have never made it to Cincinnati, if you do, go to try Skyline chili, or at least Cincinnati style chili.
Get it at like Kroger. I get it at Kroger because we did.
Basically, you just take a bun, hot dog, chili sauce, cheese.
Oh, that cheese is getting out.
Have your chili dogs?
Yeah. That was out of the world.
Just chilling in the camper, watching Leo out there on the playground. and Evie's just watching the world go by. Alright, we've had our dinner, so it's time to go for a little bit of a walk and explore the campground. There goes Leo on the bike. And here's little Miss Evie. We're gonna go check out the campground and see where everything is. Yeah, it's quite a bit cooler now. It was about 90 degrees when we got here. It's about 82 right now, which is quite a bit more tolerable. What's up here? Wow, here's the maps of the place. That's pretty cool. Okay, so we've got the map right here of the East Fork Lake. Oh, sorry, it's the William H. Harsha Lake at East Fork State Park. Shows how much I looked it up before we got here. Anyway, here's the here's something about this guy who's a local who, I guess he walked the world. Pretty cool. Anyway, we're gonna check out, see if we can walk down to the lake. I think it's about a half mile from here. Okay, so we are parked in C, heading toward D, and we're gonna see if we can find the lake. So Leo's steaming off down there, and Evie's just enjoying her best life. Yeah, so here in a few weeks we're gonna go to Michigan. We're planning to go to Michigan, and I wanted to do a shakedown trip to make sure we knew what we were doing and what we needed to bring for Evie. Now we've done lots of these camping trips, but our camper was out of commission there for a little bit while it was getting fixed, and of course we had to have, well, my wife had to have the baby. So this is our first little mini trip. It's only about an hour away from the house, so basically me and Leo went ahead with all the gear, and then Brooke rocked up a little bit later with Evie, and that just kind of gave us time to kind of set everything up for her. And you know, if everything were to go pear-shaped, she could get back to the house very quickly if she needed to, but I don't think so. Our camper is very nice and big, and it's got everything we need, so it shouldn't be a problem. What I particularly like about camping is that everyone's usually very friendly, and everyone driving past is giving us a little bit of a wave, and it's just really friendly. Yeah, so a couple minutes ago we were leaving the camper, and the guy next to me was like, "Hey, are you guys YouTubers?" And I had to think about it for a second, because yeah, I mean, technically I'm trying to be a YouTuber at this point, but I hesitated for a second. I said, "Well, yeah, we are." I said, "Well, we're trying to be," or something to that effect, and he asked what our channel name was, so I went ahead and told him. So hopefully we're big enough that it comes up on the search, because the last couple of times we tried to search for it, it didn't pop up. So I'm trying to get more hashtags out there, and just basically let the algorithm know that we're here and Outside with Dad is a thing. And yeah, it's pretty cool. He said they were new to camping and they wanted to know more, which is ironic because as we arrived I was filming a little video about how to get set up for camping. So hopefully I can get that put together, and hopefully he finds it and it helps. And yeah, if you're watching, good to see you. In our way into the park, there's this little gas station that it said that they sold bait. So it was big enough that we were able to pull the rig in there. Now our camper is 33 feet long, and I think the truck's 19 foot long. So you're looking at like 50 foot worth of vehicle to pull around. So we can't always get in everywhere, but they actually had RV parking spots, which was nice. So we stopped in real quick and got some chicken liver, because one of the people in the comments, hi Bob, suggested that we use chicken liver to try and catch some catfish. So we're going to try that tomorrow morning. Yeah, so we did the Grand Canyon with the camper in March, and we were gone for over 2 weeks. And I really wish I had recorded it. My wife did put together a short video, and I'll probably link that at some point so you guys can watch it. But yeah, for now I'm just making sure that I record our little adventures going forward, because there's so many things we've done in the past, and like, got to start recording this. Yeah, so we've now posted at least half a dozen long form videos and a few shorts now as well. And yes, my goal is to become monetized and become like a proper YouTuber. I've been making videos since YouTube came out, just for fun, nothing big. And I thought about it for years and years and years to make a proper channel and really have a go at it. And now that my daughter's here and my son likes to get out and do things, and I just feel like it's a good thing to make these videos now and to share these trips with you guys, because you know, life is short and it's good to get out and breathe some fresh air and do some fun things. So I hope you enjoy. Alright, should we see where we are then? So G and H, where are those? Okay, so we're already halfway to the lake. Yeah, so according to the map we're halfway. Leo's not very enthusiastic about it, but I told him we should do it anyway. It's only about half a mile according to the map, so a mile round trip isn't that much, especially since he's on the bike. Plus I need to stretch my legs because I haven't really done any exercise the last couple of days. It's quite a chore to get the camper packed up, but once you've got it all ready, it's really nice because it's like having a cabin on wheels. You know, you have everything available. It's just so it can be a bit of a hassle to get it ready, but once you're on the road and like you set down for the night and especially if you're stayed put for a few days, it's really, really nice, really cozy. So funny enough, this park is actually less than an hour from our house, but I've never been here, and Leo hasn't either. Now my wife's been here several times over the years for photo shoots, but we've just never been here. And I will say that this campground's huge. I mean, we're basically on, it looks like a main road, but it's, you know, a 20-mile-per-hour limit, but it's there's a bunch of different campsites off to each side, and luckily we got a full hookup at the last minute. So I can make sure that all our tanks are good and everything, because we haven't used it for a little bit. But usually when we go to state parks, we'll just get an electric site. Yeah, it's a little bit cheaper, and I found that the campsites are always very well spaced out as well, and you're usually in the trees like this, especially in Ohio's parks, which is really nice. I've said it before and I'll say it again, you can travel all the way across the country or to the other side of the world, but some of the best travels you can do are in your own backyard. I mean, you can't really see down there, but I can see through the trees, and there's like a nice little hill down there, and I don't know, it's just really quiet here. It's very nice. I can see why a lot of people come here. Yeah, don't tell Leo, but this is slightly further than I thought it'd be. I mean, yeah, it's probably half a mile, but you know, half a mile is still half a mile. Ah, we're coming up on K. That's where I originally thought about camping. Man, that's really nice and quiet down there. Yeah, maybe I should have taken that spot. I quite like that. Real quiet. But then again, the site that we've got has got a nice playground in front of it, and Leo's already been playing with some friends, and I like having the full hookup when we haven't camped for a little while, because you know, I always think I've left the tanks in a certain condition, but you never really know. The more I thought about it, the more there might be a little bit left in the tanks, and it's nice to be able to flush them out real good and not have to use the dump station. Wow, it's really quiet down this side. See a sign up there, it says road ends in water, so we're definitely on the right path, and we'll be there in a second. Yeah, so Leo's just complaining. He said basically that we could have gotten down there a lot faster if it was just us two and not Evie, because I could have ridden my bike. But Leo is an only child for 9 years, so he's got to understand that, you know, we've got to take our time with the little ones. Yeah, it's hillier over here than I thought. We're going downhill quite a bit right now. And Evie's settled with her pacifier. And I think Mummy's going to be heading home soon, so, or home, to the camper soon, so she's almost due for a feed. Leo is almost ready to turn around, and then he saw a sign that says beach, and I can see the beach. I know my son really well. He's been really grumpy this last, well, 3/4 of the ride, because he didn't want to go any further, well, last half of the ride. And I said, you find the beach then? He goes, yeah. I said, you want to jump in then? He went, oh! And he's getting ready to go down there. So Leo's going for a dip in the lake, and there's people fishing over there as well. A friend of mine said that it's pretty good to fish close to the sandbar like that. You tend to get a lot of big fish there. It's a beautiful day. It says about 82 degrees right now, so it's still a little bit warm, but it's definitely cooled off quite a bit from this afternoon. So this is a lot more manageable, and this lake is just beautiful.
This feels like a heated swimming pool.
Yeah? I don't know if you can hear that all the way over there, but Leo said it feels like a heated swimming pool, so that's nice. Yeah, YouTube is something I've wanted to do for a long time, but I never really knew what my niche was. And it just kind of occurred to me a few years ago that I should make sort of adventure videos, I guess you could say. But, you know, a lot of things happened in my life. You know, I lost a few loved ones, and just didn't quite feel like the right time. Felt like I needed to sort of mentally deal with that, I guess you could say. And now that my daughter's here and I've got my son, it just feels right. And I mentioned the name to my wife a couple months ago before I made the channel, and she loved it. And that's the first time I've ever mentioned an idea to her like that, where she genuinely said, yes, that's great, you should do that. So I felt like that was the right time to go ahead and start that. I'm trying to figure out where to fish tomorrow. I'm thinking if I go a little bit further down the road, I can see some people over there. It looks like a dock of some sort. May or may not be, I'm not sure. It just kind of looks like it from here. And I see a lot of boats around, so yeah, we'll see if we can catch a catfish or two tomorrow. It'll be our first time using chicken liver, but a friend of mine said that that would be a good way to go. Yeah, so when my wife and I were first dating and then engaged and then married, we did a lot of tent camping, and we tent camped at Hocking Hills State Park, and we also did that at Houston Woods State Park, which is closer to us. We even tent camped at Stonehenge, because I'm from England and we actually went there when I was a teenager, which is pretty cool. But then a few years ago we got our first camper when my son was about 3 years old, and we had that for a few years, and then we bought our current camper a couple years ago. We do a lot of our biking and hiking and even kayaking and stuff. When we pull the camper, we'll bring our equipment with us, and then we go from there. So we're going to be using the camper a lot more, especially now that it's fixed and now that Evie's old enough. In addition to seeing me and Leo doing local stuff, you'll see us getting out a bit more as well. All right, we're heading back. The hill that led down here was so steep that I had to keep both hands on the stroller so it didn't roll away from me. What do you see, Leo? Oh yes, I see it in the corner. There's a deer. Yes, nice big white-tailed deer. Look at that thing. See it on the corner there. Yes. Oh, bless you. Oh, that scared it off. Wow, how many times have we seen deer now on these adventures, Leo? 3 or 4? Seems like almost every time we're in the woods somewhere now we see deer. There's definitely a lot of deer in Ohio. This hill is a bit brutal. We're almost at the top. Yeah, Leo's almost at an age where I can sort of let him go off by himself, but not quite yet. But we're thinking about getting one of those number pads on the door for the camper, so that on a day like today we could just say, oh, go back to the camper and let yourself in. So Evie's currently sleeping, but I'm pretty sure by the time we make it back she's going to be ready for that bottle. I was just trying to think of what this park reminded me of. It reminds me of Fort Wilderness in Disney World. Just the size of it. I mean, obviously there's not as much going on here, but yeah, the size of it reminds me of Fort Wilderness in Florida. Yeah, it's very peaceful toward the back end of the campground. I think we might have to come back to this area. Yeah, so I honestly thought it was half a mile, but I actually think it's closer to a mile, so but don't tell Leo that. Yeah, so Brooke and I, my wife, have never shied away from taking our kids places, even when they're young. When Leo was 4 months old, we drove 1,000 miles to Florida and back, and when he was 9 months old, we flew to England and back. And again, when he was 2, and he's been there a few times now, since that's where I'm from, and we try to see my family every once in a while. But yeah, so we're gonna continue doing our trips, and we're just gonna adapt and pace ourselves a little bit, and take Evie to all the places that Leo's gone, and new places we've never been before. Even to a place down the road like this, which is less than an hour from our house. Yeah, the website, this place is one of the largest campsites in the state, as far as state parks are concerned, and they weren't kidding. This place is huge. Yeah, Leo's miles ahead of me. I can see him in the distance, and he's making sure I can see him, but man, he's getting so close to that age. It's true what they say, they grow up really fast. So I mentioned to Brooke the other day that I wanted to take Leo out camping and have like a boys' day on Tuesday and get the camper out for the first time, make sure everything is running correctly. And I said, you know, you can come too a little bit later in the evening with Evie, and we can make it into our first family trip if you want as well. And then she said, oh, I already have a date with my friends that day. She said, I don't know what to do. And I said, well, is it your friend that lives right by East Fork? And she said, yeah. I'm like, well, that's where we're camping then. And just so happens that I've never been here before either, so it worked out really nice. And she's only about 5 minutes away, so once she gets done, she'll come back and we can spend the night in our camper. I've always enjoyed walking around campgrounds, just whether it's walking the dog, or usually it's walking the dog, but just seeing where everything is, and they're usually very peaceful, you know, especially ones that are in wooded settings like this. Just nice to stretch your legs and see where everything is. Alright, Evie's been fed and Leo's taking a shower. It's time to get ready for bed. We'll see you guys in the morning. Alright, good morning everyone. We're outside because baby's sleeping. Coffee's been made. I let the dog out a few minutes ago. And
our ancient puppy.
Yeah. He was nearly 15 years old.
Crazy for a dog.
That's right. So just having a little bit of coffee, and then we'll pack up and go fishing. But we're trying to keep quiet in the camper because baby's leaving. All right, so we forgot to bring a lot of stuff and throw all the meat out and everything for breakfast. So went to a little barbecue place across the street, or just across the street from the state park, and got some really nice food here. Some brisket. Baby's getting her diaper changed. So I'm gonna eat first, and then Brooke's gonna eat.
She's getting a bath.
Okay, so just outside the entrance to the campsite for East Fork State Park, there are a couple restaurants. There's a gas station as well. It sells fishing rods and other good stuff. But the two restaurants we went to, Leo picked up a burger at a place called The Chill Out, and we got some barbecue at a place called 32Q. If there are links available, I'll put them in the video description below. If there aren't, then you just have to check it out on the map. But this food is absolutely amazing. Got some nice brisket here, beans, green beans, and some cornbread. And Leo said his burger is very good as well. Alright, what you got there, buddy? Oh yeah.
This is my burger, and it actually has a design of the Chill Out there.
Oh, very cool. Yeah.
It's good.
Brisket.
Okay.
Brooke and Leo are going for a little bike ride together. This is Brooke's first bike ride in about a year because obviously she was pregnant with Evie and hasn't been able to ride for a bit. So they're going to go off for a little while, and I'm going to hang out with our ancient puppy right here and our little baby. Just have some chill time for a few minutes. So it's always a good idea when you're camping to trade out places. Brooke's now on a bike ride with Leo, and I'm just hanging out here with Evie, and we're just relaxing here, and Brooke's able to get outside, move around a little bit. That way one adult or one parent isn't stuck in the camper the whole time, or that way everyone gets to sort of enjoy themselves a little bit. So when they're this young, you can't really do everything with them yet, but in time we'll get there. Personally, I think one of the best things about having kids is that, especially little ones, is that it forces you to slow down. And even though we're trying to get out plenty with Leo and do all the outside things, we're still taking the little ones with us, and we're just taking our time a little bit and relaxing. So it forces you to slow down and enjoy life a little bit. Alright, so Leo and I had a very successful fishing trip today. We went down in the morning for a little bit and then back again in the afternoon, and we'll post a link to that video in the video description below. One thing that we didn't do is bring everything we needed to cook here on this trip, so basically we bought some food earlier, and I think we're gonna do cheese conies again. But it's been a nice time. It's been good to get the camper out. Evie's done amazing, you know, as I imagine she would have anyway, but it was nice to confirm that. We've got the bassinet and everything else, so we're good to go in here. Alright, we just smashed down some cheese conies, and Brooke and Leo have gone for another bike ride, and I'm just hanging out with our baby over here. So my tips for camping with a baby are basically to go somewhere that's fairly close. I mean, this place is within an hour of our house. Obviously we have a camper, so we have a controlled environment as far as the temperature and everything. If you were to do tent camping, obviously get a big tent where you have plenty of space and have a way to at least heat it if it's cold outside. And I would advise probably not going outside if it's too hot. You know, I think the fall time is probably ideal, but yeah, in our case, obviously we have a camper, we're able to control that. Pick someone that's fairly close, that way, you know, it doesn't take too long to get there, and if you need to go home, you can. Another thing is, if you're wanting to do longer trips too, it's good to do one of these smaller trips first. That way you can sort of test the ground and see how things go, and like figure out what you need to bring for the next trip. Like in our case, you know, we literally picked up the camper one day and then hit the road the next, and we've done this a few times, so we got most of the stuff we needed, but we didn't have quite everything we wanted to bring. You know, we didn't bring all the stuff we wanted to make for breakfast, and we didn't have quite enough for like lunch and everything, but we did have plenty of stuff for dinner. Like we had, you know, enough cheese conies to last a couple of days. But definitely start small, think big, and you know, do a smaller trip at least a couple weeks before a bigger trip, maybe up to a month before a bigger trip, and that way you can sort of think, oh man, I wish I packed more soap, or I wish I packed more bread or whatever, and then just, you know, bring some of those things with you. And then obviously you can get most of the stuff on the road, but when you're at a campsite like this, you know, you don't want to have to leave continuously to go to the supermarket. You want to be able to just sort of get, you know, come in and camp and enjoy yourself. So that's just my little tips, and enjoy yourself.
So glad you're still there.
Alright, we've had dinner and we're back at the beach, and Leah's swimming for a little bit. I think when we get back we'll make a little campfire, and that'll be about it for our trip for this time around, but it's been a really good one.
So this is before? And this is after.
Well, Leah, have you had a good time on this trip?
Yep. Hey, at least it's not ending. How old is that one? We should have an intro just like Outdoor Boys does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're continuing on our mushy theme for this summer. The ground is very mushy right now. So since the wood that I've got isn't splitting very well, and because the ground's very mushy, instead of wasting time trying to get everything lined up to make this fire, I'm going to cheat a little bit. First off, I'm going to start with lint, then I'm going to use a tumbleweed, and then I'm going to use some fat wood. And between the three, it'll get a nice little fire going, and I can just add the bigger wood to it afterwards, and we'll have a nice campfire going in a matter of minutes.
I'm a fire starter. Who is the fire starter? Oh, me. You smoke? Yes! That's fat wood, right?
Yep, this is fat wood.
Fat wood's really good for fire. Wood. Is that good?
There you go. Alright, so as you can see with this fire, I didn't use any matches. I just used some lint that I got from the dryer at home, and I caused a spark, and it lit the lint, and then it lit the little wax bowl that I had, the little tumbleweeds, and then that then lit the fat wood, and then I had some regular wood on top of that. So all this was started by one spark, and that's why the lint in your dryers is so dangerous, because it's literally that flammable. Now I had a bunch of these tumbleweeds left over from an old charcoal barbecue that I used to use, but now that we have the camper, we have a built-in griddle, so I use that instead. So I use these when I make fires now, and all I do is just grab a little bit of lint from the dryer before we leave, and then just spark it, and then the whole thing lights up. And then if I'm in a hurry, or I don't have wood that's splitting very well, I'll use the fat wood on top of that, and the fat wood's very inexpensive. But that's how you very quickly put a fire together, especially when it's wet and mushy out here like this. Wow. Yeah, see if you can find a stick. Always have the blade facing away from you, and then do it like this, like that.
That's exactly
It's too thin. There you go. Just rotate it like that.
Oh, that's so
You're
satisfying.
just going to take off a little bit at a time, and then you're going to get it gradually worked down to a point. Always have the blade away from you, that way you're not going to hurt yourself. There you go. I have the blade faced away from it. Now fires are my forte. Fish, not so much, but I know how to make fires. And roast marshmallows.
I don't know how to roast marshmallows too.
Good job, buddy. You're doing good.
Thanks. So this is how to make a very easy fast s'more. So you want to get your marshmallow, put it on a stick, some sort of thing. Then instead of putting it like right above the flames, you want to put it sort of in the flames and rotate it really fast. You can get all that. Then every so often check on it, see if it has like a crispy outlook. Seems like it already does. Okay, so now you actually have like a crispy outside and creamy and gooey in the inside. So this is the next step. You want to lay your marshmallow somewhere. Then you want to get your graham cracker, snap it in half. Then put some chocolate. I'm just using Feastables. Then you want to you get your marshmallow. We got jumbo marshmallows, and use piece. Get right on top. 1 minute s'mores.
Do you like camping? I think she likes camping. Alright, we made it another night. I'm just letting the dog out, and that makes 2 nights in a row now with the baby, and everything went really well. So we're just waking up slowly, and my wife needs to leave early to do a photo shoot, and then I will take the kids home. So just enjoying a nice little stroll with my old dog here, who's nearly 15, and then we'll head home.
Hello. Cat food.
Hello guys. We are having breakfast.
It's called the Williamsburg Mercantile.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Have you got a camera here?
If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. We put out new videos every week.
Yep, see you in the next adventure.